to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, today, a lot of people think, well, wait a second, happy holidays. And if it's your first time finding the channel, well, accept my invitation because you found your new best friend. If you love Xbox, well, you love the King. And I'm here to bring you all the news in Xbox and in the industry. Now, we do have a lot of things to cover today. I did have some PlayStation faulties in their security system. Now, that thing has taken on a life of its own, right? But what I wanted to talk about mainly was Xbox's and Microsoft's primary partner in going forward with the new console. The new console has two partners that are very integral in making sure that this console goes along as smoothly as possible. AMD being one and ASUS being another. Now, a lot of times people don't understand where ASUS plays a role in this. Well, if you've seen the Xbox ROG Ally and Xbox ROG Ally X, you have seen the partnership bear fruit. Now, a lot of times people said, well, they didn't understand the partnership going forward with it. They didn't really look at ASUS as that strategic partner, but I knew different. And I also understood that it will be at a costly price when it comes to gamers. Now, if anyone's seen the high price when it comes to the ASUS Xbox ROG Ally and Xbox ROG Ally X, you realize that ASUS really doesn't pull any punches when it comes to price tag. Now, performance is one thing. That means it will command a high price tag. But next generation hardware, well, that's something entirely different. What we will talk about today is the endeavor that ASUS is bringing to the hardware space when it comes to Xbox and Microsoft. And I'm gambling and betting that this will be the one to rule them all. Now, we have an article today coming in from overclocking.com with news of ASUS entering the DRAM market as early as second quarter of 2026. Now, that is very, very interesting. We all know where DRAM prices are right now, right? And don't worry, I will connect the dots for you. So the rumor is right now that ASUS is entering the market with their own DRAM production, and they will make sure that they can alleviate the constraints of the DRAM that's happening at the moment. With a lot of the production makers are bowing out and producing only for big corporate entities that are paying high bucks in the AI race. ASUS sees a market that it's able to jump in and bring these to fruition. Now, the production market is in place, and they're looking at it to be a little bit challenging for some outlets. The company that they're looking at in the recent days is CXMT, Chang Memory Technologies Corp. And they will make sure that they can make high performance DDR5 RAM modules. But they're going to ramp it up to DDR7. Now, these chipsets aren't going to be cheap. But ASUS has a trick up their sleeve. They have an ace in the hole, and we will get into who the ace in the hole is. If you go to the ASUS website, you can see some of the video cards that they do have on deck. And now, this is very important that you understand the strategy in which I'm trying to explain some stuff to you. right? You can go there and you can see the Astro GeForce RTX 5080 with the 16 gigabytes of DDR7 overclock for $1,900. You can look at the ProArt GeForce RTX 5070 with 16 gigabytes of DDR7 for $900. And you can go to the ROG Astro GeForce RT 5090 with 32 bits GDR7 overclock for $3,500. Now you can come down to the lower end models, which uses Radeon technology for 16 gigabytes of DDR6 though for $400. Now let me see a DDR7. All right, so here we can go to the DDR7s. If you notice, the price is $900. DDR7 again, $1,500 on 16 gigs. All right, you're looking at the Radeons. Hold on, none of the Radeons are DDR7, right? But the price points in which that I'm trying to point out is at the highs, not the lows. And understanding this is where we can get a good price point for the Magnus. I believe one of the OEM devices that will be coming from ASUS, one of the partners for Microsoft for the next Xbox, will be supplied completely. I think this would be the high-end model, the same way the Xbox ROG Ally and Xbox ROG Ally X is the high-end handheld. You see, the supercharged performance of the SSD coming from ASUS will bring about the speed, the versatility, and the accuracy that is definitely needed. So if anybody's ever had an ASUS laptop, knowing that their speed and their setup with their SSD is really unmatched. It's 5 times faster, 37% longer battery life, and 30% faster startup. Now, their SSDs is way better than a lot of SSDs that's on the market. Understand that they back theirs by a protection and warranty that is probably the best in the industry. I know that one of the partners with Microsoft and Xbox going forward is ASUS. So just looking at their offerings already that's in the marketplace, they already have all the pieces necessary to produce a Magnus, to distribute a Magnus, and make sure that their production rate is extremely high. Now, the information that we have on the Magnus so far, the full Xbox Magnus APU leak with specs and pictures up to 48 gigabytes of GDDR7, targeting a 2026 launch. Well, that's the financial period. See, they get things wrong based upon how they perceive it. It's a target of 2026, 2027 that falls in line with the financial periods of the fourth quarter. Microsoft Next Gen Xbox gets a Magnus full APU leak with a Zen 6, RDNA 5, and up to 48 gigabytes of GDDR7, and an MPU with up to 110 T-flops. And its launch is coming soon. Now, listen. What we know so far is that the leaks reveals that Microsoft's next-gen Xbox is powered by a custom AMD Magnus APU. Features 68 RDNA 5 GPCUs, CUDA cores, up to 48 gigabits of GDDR7 memory and 192 bit bus, and a powerful NPU with dual performance modes. We knew this from the start, but we did not know who was providing the RAM. With RAM prices skyrocketing we looked at Xbox saying 48 gigs. Jesus, what would this thing cost? Well, knowing now who's entering the marketplace at the last second, that lets you know Microsoft always had an ace in a hole when it came to its memory. Now, you have a lot of people calling the next gen Xbox premium Steam machine. It's that and so much more. With the leverage that they have with having open storefronts on the device, we're giving you a console-like performance. Well, offering Steam, Epic Store, and other storefronts, it's set to win. But the low price point of $1,000 seems to be naive at best. A lot of people are pricing the Steam machine too low. I've seen in recent days, people have come to their senses and pricing the Steam machine a lot higher than initially expected. And we will also see the Xbox next gen come in at a higher price point. If you looked at anything that I said with their graphics cards, well, ASUS will be pulling no punches when this device is fully put together and pushed for production. A lot of times, individuals don't put together the pieces of the puzzle. And the pieces of the puzzle mean a lot. Like, when you look at RAM shortages right now, and DRAM specifically, we kind of figured that the new or the next gen consoles will be cooked. Well, strategically, Microsoft and Xbox has partnered with ASUS long ago. And that fruitful partnership has bore fruit when it came to the ASUS ROG Ally X and the Xbox ROG Ally. You have to think about it. With strategic partnerships planning for the future, looking at where the industry is going, knowing that key players will drop out of the DDR race, with other players stepping up. Well, the one that stepped up seems to already be in business with Xbox and Microsoft. And if they're in business together, then Microsoft and Xbox seems to have the pathway ahead. Now, that leaves PlayStation in a bit of a bind. It leaves them looking for a dance partner when it comes to RAM, and possibly on the outs when it comes to producing a console that is affordable like they want to make. They might have to go with the cheaper DDR6 or DDR5 in order to just get that thing into a price point that makes sense for consumers. With Xbox making sure it goes premium, well, they may be the only device that has DDR7 at the get-go. With no mid-gen refresh, Xbox seems to be going for the brass ring. High performance, premium price tag, and dare I say, the best in class device. I still believe that the price point will be astronomical. And when I'm saying that, I mean, again, they can sell you their games on any device. They can sell you their games on PC. They can sell you their games on the Switch. They can sell you their games on the PlayStation. But if you want that premium exclusive feel when it comes to Xbox games, well, the only place that you can get that is on an Xbox console. And it seems like they're going for the brass ring. More and more, I'm looking at there's an attack on video games. And the attack on video games is either going to be you're at the lowest or you at the highest. There's not going to be any middle ground when it comes to it, to be honest with you, in my opinion. But again, I believe that the next gen Xbox will cost you $1,500, to be honest with you. Well, they're gonna give you the $1,499 and be like, it's under $1,500 by a penny. We don't even manufacture pennies any longer. Well, this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. I want to thank each and every last one of you for showing up, hanging out. I hope your holidays is fun. Hope everybody got a chance to get the Xbox ROG Ally, Xbox ROG Ally X, or maybe you got an Xbox and you're new to the family. Well, if you are, join on. Add my gamer tag. Fight Night Fridays is lit. There won't be any Fight Night Fridays this Friday because, again, this is the time you're supposed to spend with your family and enjoy yourself. But I will be going live tomorrow and we will be talking about a couple of other things. Man, oh man. I want y'all to do what I do best. I want you to go where game is games and win is win. And you know what I tell you all the time. Try to play the Game Pass.
Play it day one with Game Pass.